Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the news. That's right. Today we are back with the news. And before we get started on all of that, do you have the little thing queued up?
Yeah.
Well,
What do you want? Which one you want first?
let's just go to the weather. All right, ready? Let's do that. All right, Fernando, what's the weather like today?
The weather is 60. The high is gonna be 70, and it's gonna be nice and cloudy. So,
Your excitement is too much.
this is amazing.
All right. Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome. We're gonna get our way. We're gonna get through this. We'll start out with some hi guys. Portugal checking in at 58. That sounds beautiful. Good morning, San Diego checking in at 50 with a high 65. Just waiting for the sun to come up. There you go. Springfield checking in at 34 with a high of 39.
Wow.
It's almost over, Dave. It's almost over. I don't know about that, but we try. 45 and partly cloudy with rain. East Tennessee. Sounds like a terrible day. Hey, car gift. Hey, first live watch YouTube ever. Love your stuff. Well, this is the news show, so we hope you enjoy it. Good morning from Montgomery, Alabama, checking in at 48. Welcome. There you go. Dean, Fernando, car gift. Good morning, Vermont. Beautiful and 26 with lots of sun and fresh powder.
Very nice.
Okay, Pizza Dave. I think you also Denver, Colorado. We degrees sunny, but snowed last night. Oh, man. That's morning, 42 and cloudy in North Carolina. Hello from Detroit at 32. You guys, man, it's so bad. Just took a couple quick runs through the powder. Now it's time for work.
There you go.
Okay, did you wipe off your nose? Oh, dang. No. My laptop's going to go dead. Clear and cold 29 in the upper Pacific Northwest. That's where Haley's at.
Good morning, John.
All right, let's get this plugged in. Well, how's everybody doing this week? If you follow the show, you know we really haven't been doing a lot this week.
Very nice. Congratulations, buddy.
Very cool. If you notice, we haven't done doing a lot this week because just haven't felt like it. Trying to get over this cruddy crap that it's his fault. It's all his fault. Good morning, Bobby. So, but we have some news, and we'll get through it and make it as fun as we can. How does that sound? Sound like a good time?
Good. Yeah.
Let's see what we got here. Mike checking in. Windy, balmy for us. Ooh, that's good. Morning, Texas checking in at 62 and sunny. Mr. High Five checking in. Who? All right. Oh, Mr. Frederick. Good morning, gentlemen, from LAX. Oh, our favorite airport. Negative 22 in East Saskatchewan, Canada. That's cold. That's cold by Celsius standards. Ohio checking in at 27. About what it is in Saskatchewan. Hola, amigos. Cloudy 24. Oh, geez, man. Yeah, Ohio.
Crazy.
I don't know how you guys live there. It's so bad. And of course, good morning, Miss Amy Gilroy. For those of you who don't know her, well, not that one. I'm just gonna do this and this, and we'll try to get through this today because, this show we steal the news from a place called CE Outlook, and if you'd like to know more about these stories that we've so eloquently you're going to talk about, I don't know, we're going to talk about them. If you'd like to know more, there's links in the description as always. We'd like to thank Amy for doing her job because that allows us to do our job. It's the easiest way to say it. Anyways, San Diego checking in at 53. Ooh, hello from Guam. Good evening.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I like the picture.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. So this is a news show, so we don't really answer these questions on this, but don't feel bad. You can ask tomorrow night, Saturday, on our normal show that we reserve those things for.
Thank you for the two.
Morning, guys. There you go. Thanks for $2. Trap House. Thank you, Amy. All right, let's dig into the news, shall we? We got a very condensed amount, but it's going to be fun to talk about, as always, right? Is that how we look at it?
That's how we look at it.
So let me pull this guy up here. For those who don't know, this is our good friend Marty Dean. He works at Cicada right now, and so we know how you guys feel about motorcycle stuff. Some of you guys like it, some of you guys don't like it, some of you guys like it when we talk about it, most of you guys don't like it when we talk about it. However, the reason why I share this story is because I find it somewhat interesting, okay? Because Cicada introduced new compact motorcycle amplifiers. And it's one of those things where it's like, in the motorcycle world, these amplifiers keep getting smaller and smaller, right?
For sure, yeah.
And I feel like it's probably, thank God they're doing that, because as cars start to go more and more electric, all right, we're going to need these products, because the conventional amplifiers that a lot of you guys want to use aren't going to work in these electric cars.
Correct.
You know, whereas these are going into vehicles that have crappy charging systems, still put out a decent amount of power. Now, where I think the difference is really going to lie, and there again, not an expert on this, but is in the quality.
Right.
I don't know if like, you know, speaking of Marty, he probably just woke up and saw himself and was like, this is so surreal. Like, these are good. But obviously we're not going to be comparing them to like an AB class Moscone amplifier. It's just not possible. But it'll be interesting to see, has the development of these small off-road, side-by-side motorcycle, whatever the hell you want to call them, products develop. Will we be tapping them into the EV world? Yeah. To take over? Because I mean, right now, which we're gonna spotlight a product. Next, the new products. What makes this product so special is the fact that it draws very little amperage. So, yeah. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But companies like Cicada, companies like Diamond, a lot of these, and Server Vega, a lot of these Sound Digital are making these tiny products that work in almost no power. Some would say defying the laws of physics, because they're physicists, because there's some physicists out there in the car audio world. I've seen them talk. They know what they're talking about.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't think so. All right. Moving on to the next. Alpine ships Tesla systems. I know we talked about this when we got back. One of the products that we saw out there, and I got to sit in here, and you heard this, is the Alpine Tesla system. Yep. If you're going, this looks nothing like an Alpine system, you'd be correct. Yeah. This is a company that Alpine bought a couple of years back for the sole purpose of creating systems like these. They were a plug-and-play company that designed and manufactured perfect fit speakers, we'll call them. Alpine acquired them to help them move forward in this industry, or in the genre, so to speak, because overseas, a lot of speakers have to be plug and play because you can't modify existing car parts. So we now get this here in the United States, which I think is funny, because I was like, hey, can we get a high-end 4-inch coaxial? And they were like, no. But yet we have these, which are a high-end 4-inch coaxial. So kind of strange, but it's okay. The idea behind this system is that it draws very low amperage, but yields an amazing amount of output. I thought the subwoofer was impressive for what it is, because, I mean, it's only like this tiny little thing, and it does put out a decent amount of bass. I didn't like the way they had it tuned. because it does have DSP. I didn't think they did a spectacular job on that one. I don't know. I didn't tune it. I just didn't really like it. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. It is extremely reasonably priced as far as an Alpine system would go. I think retail on this is like $3,000, which is, I mean, keep in mind, it's for Tesla. So, you know, and it's a full, complete system. Harnesses and everything. So by today's standards, that's extremely reasonable.
Yeah.
I thought EV amps were backwards. Why not tap into high voltage like Loud Fiat has? Make high voltage easier for amps makers. More sense. So the only takeaway I've gotten from that was talking with some of the engineers is that they're waiting for the dust to settle, which is just a way of saying they don't want to make a whole bunch of stuff until everyone has figured out what it's going to be. Mm-hmm. So there's no standard yet for voltage, I guess. And there again, I'm not speaking on authority with this. I'm just merely repeating what I've been told is that until they figure out exactly the amount of voltage things are going to be, because Tesla isn't the only company out there. And so, you know, if a manufacturer is going to make an amplifier, it has to work in a Tesla, in a Chevy, in a Ford, in a Fiat, and all these things. Mm-hmm. So until we're at that point, they're not going to, there's bigger companies out there aren't going to waste their time. So plug and play systems like this are what's going to exists. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Good morning, Eduardo.
Good morning, buddy.
Goes on a fab or a simple router, some adapters when not available. You're not wrong, but we have a new tool for that. So it's going to be pretty cool. Just listen to Amy's interview at S College Podcast. Oh, I didn't know they did that. Oh, I'll have to check it out. Thanks, Bobby. Anyways, all right, one more here. Amps will probably go 48 volts like they've wanted to do for years, and the Cybertruck will finally put them there. Man, I don't know if the Cybertruck is enough of a push. I mean, I still haven't seen one. So I don't know. We'll see. If 48 volts is where they settle, then everyone will make 48 volt amps.
Right.
That's just how it'll be. But it's everyone has to do that because that's the only way we're going to get everyone on board and start making products that we all kind of want. Back to this, which is details on Diamond's Harley deck. Now, the reason there again, it's a motorcycle product. I get it. But there's a couple things about this radio that we've recently found out about, which are pretty amazing. And like, I'm not surprised because the people that are designing the radio are people that actually care. Not saying that other manufacturers don't care, but it's a reduced amount of both baloney between the top and the guy designing the product. So they've come out with some really cool features that aren't in any other radio, in that all of you guys have been asking for years. And it's just, and there's somebody having a bad day. It's just kind of funny. So check this out. It has 6 clip-free 5-volt RC outputs. Now, the fact that they put clip-free on that is important. Okay, so basically what you got is kind of like a Kenwood preamp section where you can turn the preamp all the way up or turn the volume all the way up on it, and the preamp doesn't click. So, you know, you get RCA output all the way. So they immediately knew that was one thing that they had to do, is make sure that when they're turning up the volume, the RCAs don't clip. But the other problem is, as we all know, that if you're going to use deck power for anything, it's going to clip really, really fast. Okay, because they always build them wrong. So they build them so that the amplifier clips way before the RCAs. So they knew this because they've all been doing this a very long time. And so it has 25 watts at 4 ohm or 50 watts at 2 ohm. So yeah, of internal power that's separate from the RCA outputs. These outputs are separate from the RCAs so they can continue to be used and optimized with the internal crossovers, and 6 15-band equalizers with amplifiers when amplifier is installed. So basically, what we're looking at is that the deck power rides the same clip-free output. So basically, when you turn the volume all the way up, there's no clipping on either the amplifier or the RCAs, and they're independent. So you essentially have 10 channels of output. Okay. And I know, really? Yeah, no, we actually had one of the guys here in the install bay this week brought us lunch, and he was telling us all about it. And we were asking all kinds of questions like, how's this possible? And they're like, because we put a 10-channel chip in it they have 2 chips in it. So each one of them works independently of the other, so that the amplified output and the preamp output don't really talk to each other, and they can adjust how that works. Now, one of the other features that I immediately said, well, shit, if that's the case, can I just put, like a high level, a low level, or an amplifier that'll take, 8 volts of input on that output? And he's like, yeah, of course. And we might actually do something with that. So who knows? But either way, this radio has 10 channels of output that is fully usable, which is pretty unbelievable. For Diamond's coming out with this.
Even in the Bluetooth side,
so they also install the line driver in the Bluetooth side, so that it keeps its 5-volt output, because what they've found is that most phones, Android and iPhone, typically don't put out 5 volts. So you end up you don't get the volume's off. So radios will have balancing capability where you can go in and level control all the outputs, but this is a totally different animal. They actually just put a line driver in to have it more output. So it'll be interesting to see what this does. It also has an AR. I'm sorry, it also has the RR for iData built into the radio. So it's not a separate piece. So a lot of firsts are going into this radio, and it's funny because it's coming from not one of the big dogs. It's coming from a company that is, willing to innovate and come out with products. And I really see this as a slap in the face to those other manufacturers that are over there, and they know who they are, who are over there going, no, we're going to just, we're going to keep doing this stuff that nobody wants. And we're going to do these updates. Ooh, by the way, we're going to add this little feature right here that you guys should feel special about that. And it's like, no, we don't. We don't feel special at all. Whereas, these guys are built in preamp sections like we've been asking for, usable outputs. I mean, why, because the idea was they were just going to take the amplifier out of it, and they're like, whoa, wait, we could redesign this and actually use it. So, I mean, it's pretty sad that, well, you guys know what I mean. Anyways, I'll get a call later. Somebody will be mad. Rydeen intros streaming mirrors. It's a slow week in news when, mirror makes the news.
Yeah.
I'm going to go back to this for a minute. Seems like budget brands are making bigger steps. And there again, I believe you're correct. We'll come back to this. Because there's not as much baloney in the company, right? I mean, there's fewer people to deal with. And if, the president of the company or the CEO or whoever's in charge says, hey, I really want to do this, and they have the money, which those guys clearly have the money. I don't know if you guys are aware of the Diamond Sword of Vega. That's NVX, that is Allen Eds, and that is Sonic Electronics. They own all this. They own all those companies. So it's a big conglomerate. So they're not to do. They have money.
Yeah.
So they can come out with these things, and they can be awesome. And I really want DSP for all things, and microphones included. So auto DSP is okay. I mean, I don't think we're there yet. We're getting closer. We're definitely getting closer, but I think we need a little bit more time with that one. So it's a win for a smaller company if it works and it's reliable. Their name goes up. If it fails, they're the same company. Yeah, I mean, they have nothing to lose in that regard. But I mean, it's all who's doing it, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, we've talked with the guys at Boss, and I know you guys, Boss, and like they just hired a bunch of new people with the sole intention of re-imaging and re-imaging the company and coming out with products that people want, right?
Yeah.
As opposed to just making stuff that they feel people want. They want to make products that we're asking for, and they have the ability to do it because they are a smaller company. They do have money, and they have people in place that can make that stuff happen, as opposed to this hierarchy of fear that some of these other companies have, or some of this, good old boy mentality that it's like, hey, we're just gonna, and they force these products down our throats that we don't necessarily want. So we'll see what happens. It's interesting. Would you agree?
Yeah, for sure.
So anyways, back to the mirror. So for those of you guys that are like, hey man, I wish I had one of those cool like Chevy mirrors that shows me what's going on behind them. There are companies that have them. Rydeen introduces streaming mirrors. So they have 2 new mirrors that they're coming out with. Comes with the camera. They have 2 different styles. One more, I don't know, it was weird. They look the same to me, but I mean, I get it. The corners are kind of strange. You have the one mirror there, and then, so it's like the way they rounded it. So I don't know. But either way, if you're interested in a mirror, Rydeen might be the company you're looking for.
Yeah.
I don't know. I got nothing. That's it. You got anything else?
No, I mean,
it was a slow news week, guys, which is cool because it's been a slow week. I mean, it hasn't been a slow week. We've actually been quite busy, but Fernando and I have been moving quite slow.
The one that I'm actually excited about is the new Sony radio.
Which one?
The one that tilts now. You don't saw it on Knowledge Fest.
Yeah, they haven't announced it yet.
Yeah, I know.
A tilting radio.
Yeah, very nice.
You realize that the first Kenwood that came out, the P907, that was the feature on that, is that it tilted left and right. That was 20 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just saying, 20 years ago, Kenwood had that radio, and like it was.
Yeah, but like Kenwood that hasn't done. I mean, hey, it's Kenwood. I love Kenwood, but
no, I'm just saying the fact that there again, not knocking it.
Features,
and there again, Bosses had those radios that you can tip and
that was
flip
before Boss. That was like another company. Yeah.
But it's just funny but that's my point though. It's like, look what we've done, and it's like everyone's done that. It's like it's 20-year-old tech, man.
Yeah,
that's the best you could come up with.
Yeah.
So no, I mean, hey, it might be. I don't know. How's the expo next month? It's shaping up to be amazing. We're working on a bunch of. We have a class to teach Sunday morning when we get Sunday afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
We're teaching a clean wire class there. And so we've been, everything old is new again. Spandex. It's always going to be spandex. Okay, right? So we've been building a bunch of props for our clean wire class, just trying to get everything straightened away. Hit a few bumps in the road on that, which really were depressing. Had to start over on a couple things because things didn't work out the way we wanted. But I use an rvdfl.com. So the one I use is the rvdfl.com. So that's what I use in my car. Anyways, so no, we're pretty excited about Marty will be there. I believe Marty's coming out. So we'll be in Arizona. It's going to be amazing. If any of you guys are going to be there, we look forward to seeing you there.
Yeah.
Keep in mind that you still have a chance to enter to be in the light off contest. So if you're going to MasterTech Expo and you're hoping, hey man, I want to win an award for being there, light off. Anyone can compete in the light off.
Make a panel.
Make a panel with LEDs, put it in your suitcase and bring it with you. And if Mark just did a great video talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's going to be awesome. I'll be there, Diet Coke and everyone. I can't wait, Mike.
See?
That'll be fun. I can't wait to see Mike.
Yeah.
So yeah, we can't wait. It's going to be a lot of fun. Hopefully we'll feel better by then. That's the goal. So it's a couple weeks away still. So we got plenty of time. Say your prayers, eat your vitamins, Hulk Hogan style.
Dog is going to be there.
Doug. Well, of course Doug will be there.
Right.
I mean, why? I mean, Doug will always be there.
Just saying.
Have a great weekend, fellas. Get well. See you soon in the desert. Yep. For those of you guys curious, like, hey, will you answer car stereo questions? Yes, tomorrow night, 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Here on the YouTubes, we will be answering, and Facebook, we will be answering your questions as always. Moving a little slower, but that's okay. Make sure to tune in. That's tomorrow at 5 o'clock. We will answer all your questions. Sorry about Instagram this week. It is just, I have not felt like it. Honestly, the fact that I've made it through this show without dying is pretty impressive because I have just been coughing. Like, that's why I woke up late this morning, and my alarm clock was me gagging. So it was pretty fun. But anyways, thank you guys so much. You have a great and blessed Friday. We will see you guys tomorrow.
Yes.
Peace out, homies.
Peace
Fade
out.
to black.